Bob and I were talking about going back east sometime.
Okay, there she is.
Uh-oh.
Mother's Day. That's my mother. See that mother there? Hi, Mom.
Hello there, little boy.
And there's my adopted daughter. Hi there, adopted daughter. You're on candid camera. Athena. Hi, Athena. Hi.
Well, I guess
Hi, Athena.
we still have the portable potty.
There's my adopted daughter-in-law. No, that isn't her. Brad picked her up on the highway coming up here today.
You already used that line once.
Stranger in Paradise. Who's that guy? That's Brad. The guy behind him, I don't know.
Who's the idiot on the camera?
Huh?
Who's the idiot on the camera?
Call me Rod.
Rod Stewart?
Danger, just call him Danger.
There's Brad.
We
Isn't
just
he?
want to
What?
comment on the acceptability of your bathing suit today. It seems to be
It's briefer than usual.
a little bit brief. And
In need of
There's
repair.
Josh. Hi, Josh.
Repairs.
needs some suspenders on it. Plus it's got a hole in the back.
He's
Two
got
holes
one
in the back.
too.
My suit has 2 holes in the back,
He
so
wants to turn around.
so I should reverse it, right?
wear it on the front, but
You want me to reverse it? Is that right?
I
Still
don't
wouldn't
think it would
see
make much
anything.
difference.
No, I probably wouldn't.
We'll send you to park.
When I say it's 40 degrees, I don't mean the temperature.
We heard that one already.
he's been doing his Rodney Dangerfield routine today, and everybody's bored to death.
Can't
I
you,
went to a nudist beach. They told me to park in a handicap space.
Especially when he repeats them.
Wait, we don't have to repeat all these for the tape because he already has a tape. If you really want to hear it, you
better
can
off
listen to
playing
the
the
tape.
Rodney Dangerfield tape. You got to practice your delivery of these
Don't
jokes.
tell him that.
I'm going to.
He'll practice on us.
I'm going to get good at it. Okay, we've got all these slobs sitting here. Paula, covered with ice cream all down the front of her. Josh is still eating. What are you trying to say, what's your name?
Be quiet, will you? Hey, Mom, what were you thinking when, how did you feel when you had your first baby?
Relieved.
How do you spell relief?
And what did you think of him when?
Here we are, looking north and northwest in front of our house. This is the view we get from the house. And those are Sierra Nevada foothills. And today we can see probably about 60 miles away. And this is, there's our driveway, looking back towards the way we go down the hill. This is the hill behind our house. There's the garage. There's the house with part of the new roof on. The changes we made. And saw table and all that junk. Back around here again. Our nearest neighbor is right down. I think you can see that white roof. Yeah, that's the barn. And the house is behind those trees. It's about a half a mile away.
Yeah. These are the pool collectors. They used to be on the roof, but I had to put them over here as a propane tank for the furnace. It's the furnace I put in last fall and an air conditioner. It was a big job. And we couldn't put the vents under the house, so we had to run them up. There's 2 18-inch pipes going up in there into the attic. And then from there, They're broken down into smaller pipes for the rooms. These collectors, like I said, were on the roof out back, but we had to take them off, and I had to hook them up so we could heat the pool up, which it is now about 83. This is my garden. It's been in about 2 weeks now. I have 15 melon plants, and I have 48 peppers, 11 eggplant, 28 tomatoes, zucchini, and cucumbers. And we had asparagus, but it didn't do too well. That's where all the grass is coming up. Didn't do too well this year. We have to dig it up and redo them. Move the fruit trees in the backyard. It's all fenced so the deer can't get it. But of course the birds eat everything that comes on the trees, so we don't get anything. And I've taken apart the solarium, and we're going to redo that and then put tile up there on the roof. We have the garage left to do too. Our property goes way down over this direction towards the east, about a quarter of a mile. This is a corral. It needs repairing because we don't have any animals anyway. And this road here goes all the way up and around. That's a storage building there. That's a junk pile there. Save everything. Actually, most of our property is up here towards the south, up that direction. This looks like a mess. Got the pool covered, keep it warm. I got junk laying all over the place. And we'll be glad when we get all this construction done. Aquarium, the reason we're redoing it is because it leaked real bad and we couldn't fix it. It was all glass on the roof and glass on the sides. I've stripped all the posts off mostly. We got a little bit more to do, and we're going to redo it so it won't leak. That's our 92 Buick Roadmaster. When we moved here, first thing we did was build this garage so that I could use the other garage for my workshop. It was the original garage. It is now my workshop. And it's a mess too, like everything around here. I have metal, you name it, I've got it. A miter saw, table saw, drill press, and gas welder. Got a lot of junk. Copper for metal sculpture. There's copper here for metal sculpture. Marble to mount it on. And no time to do it. But this could still be used as a garage also because the door is still here and it can open. And anybody that wants to use it can for that. Actually, it'll be a 4-car garage or 2-car with a workshop. Alice and I tiled this floor. We had a contractor build this solarium, and it was okay for a while, and then it just started leaking, and we couldn't do anything about it. So, got to redo it ourselves. That cabinet was given to us, and we're going to paint that and take it in her studio for artwork. I changed most of the windows in here, put double pane in, made them larger, give us more light. This bay window here, we bumped this right on out, a couple years ago. Get onto the porch, and we got that stucco done, but we have to get the whole thing, have to spray the whole thing when we get all finished. I hope we get that done this fall. Get that all done. Miss America, but the reflection is bad. Reflection! Bad! Interested in that truck. We bought it in 1966. Here's my arc. I have this 4x4 for traveling around on this 77 acres. It's a storage building. That ramp for carrying the tile up. And we've got a lot of skylights to put in yet. This, when we start down here, our driveway is 1,900 feet long. I'm going to walk on down. You can see we're on the side of a hill here. It's pretty steep, goes down quite a ways. And this ditch, I don't know whether you can see it, the ditch right there, maybe it won't show up, there's a lot of junk in it. That ditch brought water down from way up in the mountains for the mines. They were all over this area of the driveway. Okay, this is where the driveway gets steep. It really gets steep, and in the winter, if you get snow on it, it freezes. They've put salt on it to get in or out, or we're stuck. I don't think I'll walk all the way down to the road today. I don't feel like it. But like I say, it's 1,900 feet. There's another view coming up at the crest of the driveway. Now this doesn't look like a road, but it is. And this road goes right on up to the top and down to the other side. Well, I'm at the very top of the hill that would overlook our house. The house really, it would have been great to have it up here somewhere, because you get a 360 degree view of in every direction. Not exactly where I'm standing, but it's very poor land. It's awfully rocky, volcanic rock, and it won't grow a heck of a lot in here. Or you can raise about 10 head of cattle on it. I'm looking towards the San Francisco Bay Area, but you really can't see much. It's probably 140 miles away. Those trees blocking it, and I don't think it's that clear down there anyway. I'm starting to go down the other side of our property. I'm not going to go all the way down because that's really steep down, and then it's all flat. But I'll go part way down. We're now looking towards the southwest, which would be, I guess where Jackson would be, way over there. But we can't see a heck of a lot. The fence, that's my fence. My neighbor has that land over on the other side, all open land. Property is all mostly oaks. Grass is pretty high this time of year. You have to watch where you're walking, because the rattlesnakes are out. This doesn't look much like a road right now, but this swings on around to the right and to the left, curves all the way around and around, and it finally drops down to the bottom. And all level down there, huge acreage down there. But I'm not going to walk down there, it's too steep today. This land has a lot of wildlife on it. Our fence line is Just beyond the trees in foreground, there's some green. Where the heck am I anyway? Green. I can't tell where I am. That's there. I tell you, I can't tell. But anyway, our property has trees all over it, mostly. And whereas the other people have cut them all out for the cattle to graze. So our property line would be down just where those trees end. Get right? I don't know how to say it. Not the ones way back there, but the ones in the foreground where they end. I'm still walking, and I'm pointing the camera to the east. The fence line is way over there. But this is the top behind our house. This spot in here is nice. Clear out some of these trees so you can get the view, and you'd have a beautiful spot, except for the road coming up. That would be tough in the wintertime. Okay, we're looking west in here. And Sacramento would be down right about there, which you could really see it at night, because you can't see anything now. You can't see any buildings or anything. If it was really clear, you could. Now we're looking up towards the mountains around Lake Tahoe. However, the bigger mountains are shrouded in clouds because you can't see any snow. And they still have snow on it, the ones around Lake Tahoe. As you can see here, this is our TV antenna. And this is 600 feet from the house. This antenna is facing towards Sacramento. I bought the heaviest coaxial cable I could get, 32 cents a foot. And I buried it in plastic pipe in the ground all the way to the house. And I also put an amplifier on it to get a stronger signal. I put some barbed wire on it because a friend had cows come up here and they were rubbing against the pole and knocking it over. And that wasn't too good. And it also it won't keep the deer out, but they don't bother. Okay, cable comes right on down in the ground. Right on down this steep bank. And all the way down, I dug a trench to bury it. All the way down to the house. This is another view of the, you really can't see any snow today though. I guess the clouds are too low. But there's some high mountains up there, Sierra Nevada mountains. And lots of lake jungle. This is another road, but it's overgrown now. We don't use it anymore. It goes down into the corral behind our house. Okay, I made it down. That's supposedly good road that's all overgrown. You not only have to watch out for rattlesnakes, you gotta watch out for this plant right here. This poison oak. And we're really allergic to it. A few years ago, There was a male and a female fox. Went right under that building and gave birth to 5 babies. And they go away in the daytime, and the babies would come out, and I'd feed them cat food right there on the concrete. They'd stand right by. They'd come and eat right by my feet. When they got older, they started climbing this tree here, racing around like crazy. They went on for quite a while, and then one morning were all gone, no more. And we do see a lot of wildlife here. I've seen a mountain lion, bobcats. And we saw a female skunk walk by our dining room door once with 3 babies right by that door right there. And of course there's raccoons, possums, and hundreds of quail, tons of deer, coyotes, rattlesnakes, all kinds of stuff. And since we don't have any dogs, the deer aren't too afraid. Or they stump. You know, see, that skylight isn't in yet. That goes where that big vent pipe is there, right around in there. That's for the kitchen. And then we're going to put 3 in the solarium till we get that framed in. All that framing right there comes out. The whole works. And start over with that.
Small town Jackson, but it is our county seat. And you can see these are all really old-time buildings. And I'll pan down the street. That's okay. All these old storefronts. I'm not sure how long they've been here, but I'm sure none of them are new. And this is Sunday morning, so there are quite a few people looking in the different shops. And I'll walk a little farther down the street. Looking a little farther down the street to the northwest. And this street is probably about 3 blocks long. You can see all these old type storefronts. Maybe you can. This is one of my favorite stores. A lot of nice things in there. That's alright, you can be in the picture.
Oh, sorry.
All these different shops. Been here a long time. Look at this other side of the street. You can see the architecture style of California mining towns. This was once a really well-known mining town. There's the hotel, Old Jackson National Hotel. It's been there for I don't know how long. And I'm going to go across the street. It's looking up quite a steep little hill, but that's our courthouse up at the top of the hill. And it's really not very big. Amador County isn't that big either. Here's farther looking down the street a little bit more. It's a busy day in here in Jackson today. But I wanted you to see what it was like. I'll take some more pictures farther up the road. This is where I was filming from that side of the street before. You like that Hungarian doll? It came all the way from Hungary. You like that doll? Isn't that pretty? Is that the way you used to dress?
Yeah.
Turn it around so I can see it this way, the face. Oh yeah, she's a pretty doll. Yeah. Does that remind you of the way things were in Hungary? Yeah, how about this? Does this sound like Hungarian music to you?
Yeah.
Dance, 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 huh?
Yeah, it is nice. Well, we're gonna have a native so they hang it on the gun.
What'd you say?
How were they going to take it?
Well, I put it up here, hang it up here on the wall so it doesn't fall and get lost somehow. So after you look at it a while, did you see that pretty petticoat? It has a petticoat. Underneath that skirt is a petticoat and little boots, just like Hungary. You remember Kennywood Park? You remember when we used to go to Kennywood Park? My friend Marion sent me a movie of Kennywood Park, and Bob and I were looking at it last night, and it was with a lot of old time pictures in it, way it was when it was early 1900s even, and when I was a kid in 1930s and the 40s. It was all those old pictures, and then the way it is now, all new pictures and different things. And in it is a little bit of Marion and her daughter and her I don't know whether it's her granddaughter's, one of her grandchildren. And it's just so nice to see that again. It brought back so many memories of Kennywood Park and how we used to go for the Hungarian picnic. You remember that? And the dancers used to dance, and stamp their boots. Remember they had those big boots on with their costumes? And that was a lot of fun to watch. So Bob and I enjoyed watching that last night.
Well, that's pretty.
Yeah. That's a real peasant outfit, and I came all the way from Hungary. Took a long time to get here, though. I sent away for it.
I guess so.
It took a long time.
And here's the pretty yellow flower.
Yeah, pretty yellow flowers. Well, sort of a mixture of flowers today. You like purple and you like yellow and pink, so they're all there. I hope we get a good picture of them. I like that dress. Is really bright colors. You like those colors too, don't you?
Mhm.
What did you say it was good to wear in the summertime? A good kind of skirt to wear in the summertime?
The things what you can wear easy, you know, from outside.
Mm-hmm. Did you
They
wear
grow fast.
long, pleasant skirts like that when you were a girl? In Hungary?
Yes, and since
And since then too.
now my nose done.
Oh, you got a Kleenex?
I don't know.
Did you say?
That's a pretty one.
That's a pretty one. Yeah, she's a pretty one. What did we name her? Do you remember what we decided to name her?
No, I don't know what you decide.
I think it was Anna.
Anna?
Uh-huh. Isn't that what we thought we'd name her, Anna?
Maybe that will do.
That's a Hungarian name, isn't it, Anna?
Mm-hmm.
We are looking now at the old Kennedy mine that is on the hills on the outskirts of Jackson. And this is one of the most highest producers of gold during the height of the gold rush in California. And this is the valley. All the little towns in this county, in the gold country, are primarily little valleys or hollows, and the towns sit in these hollows. Now this is just the outskirts, but I think I can get the town itself is on the other side of these trees where the cars are coming up. On beyond that is the town of Jackson, where I took some film a little while ago. And there's another mine shaft farther up here. You can see in a minute. I'll shut it. The old head frame of the Argonaut mine that was also a very high producer of gold during the gold rush period. And this, you can see that is just across the hill from the one I took a minute ago, which is the Kennedy. Am I too far? Kennedy is right there. And there are still some tailing wheels on the other side of that other valley where they took the ore to be cleaned. And all those distant hills are just the foothills still of the Sierra Nevadas. You can't see them today because the clouds are kind of low. This is Jackson and the valley around it. Okay, we'll go on to, now we're in another town called Sutter Creek, and this is where that in fact is where I used to have my art gallery for quite a few years. Somebody else has it now, but it's right on the creek, and it's a really nice place. Those are some of the old buildings I told you about in Jackson, and they're in Sutter Creek also. And this is a kind of a tourist area because people come up to see these charming little things. We'll go down farther on Sutter Creek, the actual creek of Sutter Creek. And back where those people were playing in the water is a park. It goes up the hill there. And that's where I used to have my class paint outdoors a lot, because you can see the backs of the old houses that are up there and the creek, and looking out over towards this bridge that I'm on. Just a little bridge, but this was a charming place to paint. You can see this is really California kind of country, the dry hills right now. And this is the 23rd of May, I believe, today. Okay, and this is the Sutter Creek City Hall. As you can see, it's an old-fashioned building also. I'm not sure when it was built, but that's it. City of Sutter Creek. And those are some old, beautiful old houses up in there used to belong to the people who were in charge of the mines. There's a whole strip of them. They're beautiful old houses. Quite old, but very well kept. And then we're looking across the street at Sutter Creek in the other direction. And now we are once again at Sutter Creek, but we're looking across the street to the other side of Sutter Creek, and you can see these grasses grow huge in the spring and summer. There's a little water still wandering through. This is a very old building. For a long time, I'm not sure it still operates, but there was a Chinese laundry there, in that area right there. Now it's a parts automobile place. I've been there a long time too. Here's another view of the auditorium and the City Hall. Same thing. And a lot of nice old buildings. They will come back around here now, and this again is my old gallery building. It was beautiful. When we had the gallery, it was really nice. It's a gallery in there right now. I'll take a few pictures of that. These are some nicely reclaimed old buildings. The one with the dark charcoal color and the cream color is an lady attorney who is now a judge, who has a number of my paintings. And she's a real nice gal. A lot of these buildings have been restored. You can see this is Sunday, and Sunday in Sutter Creek is a busy, busy place because people come from the Bay Area and Sacramento to have a nice day in the country. And small town kind of stuff. Reminds me of Kennywood, only no rides. Bunch of old shops. Okay, we're going to go into the gallery now and see what's going on in here. Oh boy, we got a lot of paintings in here today. A lot. There's another view of the street, not so many people right close by. See these old buildings. Really a nice place. Nice little town. I guess I'll quit for now. This is looking across the county between, I've come back from Jackson now and getting nearer to our home. And this is the hills. That was a noisy truck. This is looking across the hills towards Jackson. And in a lot of those little hollows, those little valleys in there are small towns. We came through two of them, Amador City and Dry Town, which is just a few people live there. And this is just a view showing you the way the hills look here in this time of year, which is near the end of May. Very pretty country, really. The large oak trees, a lot of them. But just to give you an idea, this is the old Chukey store, which was built in 1850, and it's made of rammed earth, and it's recently had a new roof and a fresh coat of paint. But this was a Chinese herb store that was very well used for those period of time until about 1930. The last Chinese man living in the area died in this building, and it's since become a museum. And right across the street here, on the other side of my car, is the old assay office where the gold was brought from the hills here and was given a value. And you can see these old doors, old iron doors. They're still on it. The bricks are kind of falling apart, but it's a treasure too here in Fiddletown. And that is another of the old mining buildings. I don't know what exactly that was for, but this is Fiddletown. This is Main Street, Fiddletown. As you can see, the trees pretty much take over the town. Not many houses. Rammed earth, adobe, built in 1850. And it's closed up today. It's only open on Saturdays, and I didn't get down here to get in to see it. I did an old drawing of this that turned out pretty nice, and I'm hanging on to it. Okay, this is the other side of Fiddletown, about a block away from the last pictures I took. And these are old buildings that have come down from the gold rush years. This fellow has a lot of really old antique wagons and things. This is looking up towards the continuation of the row. This is looking at the general store. And our post office is in the bottom of that white house. And this is Fiddletown. Fredericks, Tyler Road. This is Tyler Road. It's really it's probably one of the least busy roads in the entire county, but we're thankful for that. And this is looking across the property from our property, which is right now nothing on it at all. And this is looking up back towards Fiddletown, which is 4 miles back. And in that distance there are, I think, 16 houses in 4 miles. So you can see it's not a very well populated area. And then this is a little house next to ours is back in there. And this is our gate that Bob built some years ago. Here's the gate part. Needs painting. Now this is our driveway. As you can see, that goes a long way back there. This stretch to that turn is about 1,000 feet. Well, you can't see the turn really. Turn is up behind that last group of low-hanging branches. And this is what I used to walk every day when I was doing a lot of walking. Several trips on this was a good exercise. I'm going to back off and see if I can get some of the house that's up on the hill. You can just barely see those white specks up there. That's our house. It's about a third of a mile up the driveway from here. And Bob's taken some pictures from that already, so I guess we're pretty well closed up. Guess that's all for now.
I have 15 melon plants. They're muskmelon. They have they're called ambrosia. They're extra sweet. Couple cucumber plants and 22 sweet red bell pepper plants, 6 green bell pepper plants, 12 eggplants, and 6 zucchini plants, 28 tomato plants. Today is Monday the 8th. It's 9:30 a.m. Monday the 8th of June. We've been eating zucchini for a couple of weeks. Yeah, we should have tomatoes in another few weeks too. And the rest of the peppers and eggplant will be later. But we have some work done on this solarium. Not a heck of a lot. We had 1 week of 98-degree temperatures. And it was over 130 out here in the sun, so it was difficult to do much. And now that it's dropped down to the middle 80s, it's not so bad.
about my dress?
Hard girl.
What did you say about my dress? That you liked the color? My dress?
Oh, pretty blue.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
I
it's
didn't-
pretty color.
Yeah. I didn't just buy it though, I made it. I made this dress about 10 years ago. 10 years, that's a long time ago. But I don't wear dresses very much anymore, only to go to church, like this morning. So, I don't need to have many dresses. But you always liked to wear dresses, you didn't like to wear the pants, did you?
I don't know about that.
No?
I don't know.
Oh.
I know I wore this on Sunday.
Yeah, that's a pretty color, isn't it, with the roses in it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is.
It's pretty big too.
Yeah, it is, but it keeps your legs nice and warm.
Yeah. It's cloudy now this afternoon
Mm-hmm. It is.
outside.
Yeah, the rain's coming down pretty hard out there.
It is?
Yeah, it's a steady, kind of a steady rain. But it's it should clear up. They said on the radio it wasn't going to rain all day, but I think it's snowing up in the mountains, about an hour up away from here, so it's pretty cool out there. But we need lots of rain so that the flowers will be pretty yet for a while. You enjoy flowers still, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
I know, you always liked flowers. When you put gladiolus in the ground, you used to grow a lot of gladiolus, didn't you? Remember they were tall with the beautiful flowers coming out the sides of them. They grew tall. But when I grow them, they fall over.
Oh,
So what do I have to do?
I don't know.
Do I have to put a stick in the ground and tie them to the stick?
Maybe tie it up so it don't blink, down.
Don't lay down and fall over. And the peonies, I have the peonies too. And they're just starting to bud out now. But as soon as they get very big, the big flower on the top, then they fall over too. So you have to tie some of those things up, huh?
But not too much.
Not too tight?
No.
Well, I'm not as good at growing flowers as you are, but I try. But my problem is I can't plant any flowers outside our fence because we have so many deer come by and eat the flowers if I get them out there.
Oh, they do.
Oh yeah, we've got about 9 deer go through our backyard every morning and every evening. They go down from the hill, down to our neighbor's pond in the morning. In the evening they come back up the hill and go up to sleep on top of the hill somewhere. I like the deer, but I don't like them to eat my flowers, so I can't put them outside that fence. But if the flowers are too close to the fence, they even stick their tongues through the holes in the fence and eat the flowers, pull them out.
Yeah, I guess it is nice.
Yeah, it's pretty to see the deer, and it's pretty to see the flowers. You feeling pretty good today?
Yeah,
Are you? No aches and pains?
no pains.
Oh, that's good. That's good to hear. You ate a nice good lunch, so I guess you're filled up, huh?
That's right.
Yeah.
That curtain and this flower here is the same.
Yeah. It's pretty. Flowers this time of year are so pretty because it's springtime and haven't seen nice fresh flowers for a long time. All winter it's cold, huh?
Yeah.
So we don't get too much. Well, we have to write a note and thank Aunt Mary for sending the Hungarian music. And you remember Anna Uhouse? Anna Uhouse, you remember
What
Anna
did
Uhouse?
she do?
She sent you some music too. The ones I played at first, ones I played,
Oh,
she sent those. So they found them. She found them in a store that sells Hungarian music in Pittsburgh.
huh.
So she went and got them for you and sent them to you. Isn't that nice? So then when I come over here every time, we play all that nice music
Hmm.
that you like, huh? You enjoy that. You want some more of this juice? This juice on the table, do you want some more?
Milk.
There's milk and one of them is juice. Or are you still too full from lunch?
I don't need any.
You don't need it now? Still too much lunch you had, huh? Well, I think it's getting a little bit lighter outside. Maybe the sun's gonna come out sometime soon.
Yeah, it's kind of gloomy.
Yeah.
Or maybe just a snow covering.
Well, there's snow. It's rain clouds, but it's snowing up in the mountains, I think, because it's pretty cool out there.
Mm-hmm. It's cool.
But pretty soon it'll be summer, and then we'll be complaining about the heat, won't
Yeah. It come quick.
we? Yeah. And you get tired of it being too hot. Have you seen Eddie lately?
Oh, yeah, let me see what he did here. He was singing here too.
Oh, good. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you get us all singing. You like to sing, so we like to sing. Your favorite songs. You're getting pretty good with remembering God Bless America now, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Can you sing that now?
God bless America, and that our soul thanks with her
And guide her.
to guide you,
Yeah, guide you.
guide you.
Through
And
the night with the light from above.
you can remember that it. And then I do. See, I forgot it.
Well, you'll remember a little bit at a time. That's the way I learned your God Bless Hungary song, a little bit at a time.
Uh-huh.
Because it took me a while. But you never forgot that one, did you?
I don't know.
The Ishtan El Megamajor one, you never forget that. You always remember that.
Jag kan vara kyrka. Just för jag vet att pussla kyrka. That's a nice song.
Yeah, it is. It's your favorite song.
Ishtanal mega magyar. Jag kan vara kyrka. Just för jag vet att pussla kyrka. See, I got a bad throat. Shaki Tregente, Horse Viga Stander, Med Bullette Maranepa, Morta Chavender. See, my
Oh, you
throat
do
is
that so good.
really spoiled.
Yeah, but you have a good, strong voice still. And you sing it good. You don't seem to ever forget it, do you?
I didn't forget it. That's one nice thing about it.
That's right. You don't forget it. Did Daddy ever know that song? To sing that song?
Oh, yes,
Yeah?
he liked it.
He was a good daddy. Very good daddy. You had a good husband.
Yeah, he was good. We got along all right.
Yeah, I know you did. How many years were you married?
Oh, far as quite a long time. I have 3 grown children.
And I'm one of them. I'm the youngest one.
So you, my
I'm your youngest daughter.
daughter,
Yeah.
well,
And you remember my name?
no,
Alice.
Alice. Yeah, Allison, we know that name.
Yeah, we know that name. Yep, I'm the youngest one. And who's the oldest one?
I don't know.
Irene.
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 Oh, Irene.
Irene and Eddie and Alice.
Mhm.
Remember?
And it's Irene.
Yeah. She came to
Sure.
visit you last year, you remember that?
Mhm.
We had a good time visiting with her. Yep. Would be nice if you could see your sister Mary and your sister Helen sometime.
Mhm.
But they live so far away.
But not so very far.
Well, Aunt Helen lives down in near Hollywood, you know. But it's still
Oh, yeah, Helen.
Helen, yeah, she lives down there. It's a pretty long ride, you know. It takes about, I don't know, 7 or 8 hours, maybe more, to drive up
Maybe
here.
more too.
And your sister Mary lives still in Pennsylvania, near Pittsburgh, and it must take, I don't know, it takes a long time to get out here, and that on the train, and by airplane it takes even about 5 or 6 hours. So
That's a good
it's a long time.
love.
Yeah, and it's very expensive to fly that far too nowadays. You know, the airplanes are,
If it's so far.
yeah, so far it's expensive. Remember that time you and I flew back to New Jersey to visit Irene? Do you remember? That was
No, I don't.
that was
Why
tw-
did we go?
well, because you wanted to go for a long time, but you didn't want to go by yourself.
Well,
So I went with you,
that was nice.
and we spent about 2 weeks with Irene and George and Donna.
We stayed there.
We stayed there with them, yeah.
Mm.
That was in 1980, when you were 80 years old. Now you're 92.
Me?
Yeah.
88?
No, you're 92 now.
My God. I'm really old lady.
But this lady next to you in the bed next to you is already 100. Did you know that?
No.
Marie? Yeah, she's 100. She's got on our wall there, she's got a letter from the president congratulating her on her 100th birthday.
My God.
So,
It's quite a long time.
yeah.
End of it.
And you only have 8 more years to go till you're going to be 100 too.
Hmm.
So, we're getting there, aren't we?
We're getting there all right.
Yeah. Did you enjoy church this morning?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I covered them. No. They've been coming over here, kids, and I wanted to put the book away,
Oh.
so I didn't read about it.
Oh, I see. Yeah, the young Katie comes over. She's a friend of Athena's,
Mm-hmm.
and she comes over and she brings a coloring book and colors with you. You enjoy that though when she does that.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a nice girl, Katie. You know she wants to be a doctor.
A doctor.
Yeah,
Let's
she wants to be
take a business.
a long time to study, huh? To be a doctor. Yeah, she's a very, very smart girl. She has 2 more years of high school, and then she's going to hopes to go to college and medical school and be a doctor. And
Quite a pretty.
you remember your sister Betty's daughter Phyllis is a doctor, don't you?
My God.
Don't you remember that?
I don't know.
Yeah, and she even has 5 children. So she's a very successful doctor.
My God, what we got in our family.
Yeah, that's right. And you remember, Joshua, Christine's youngest boy who plays the piano so well. He's thinking about maybe he might be a doctor, but he wants to be a doctor in the Navy.
Navy.
He wants to go to Annapolis and be a sailor, and then he wants to be a doctor for the Navy.
Mm-hmm.
But he can probably do it because he's a pretty smart boy. He's learning to play the organ so well, and he plays for different churches on their Sunday services.
Mm-hmm.
3 different churches he's playing for. The organ,
Yeah.
so that people can sing. You like to listen to him when he's playing music. I know. I watch you. He comes down here and plays on the piano, and you enjoy that too.
I don't have good voice.
Well, that's all right. You can sing just so you enjoy singing. It doesn't matter whether it's that good anymore. You still have a good. You can carry the tune. You just get a little bit of catch in your throat sometimes. Isn't that what it is?
That's true, because sometimes it's cold, sometimes it's hot, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna turn it off for a while because holding it in my hand, I'm probably shaking it a lot. You want to say hello to anybody? I'm gonna send this picture to some people. I'm gonna send a picture.
Where is that?
This is a movie camera that I'm using, so I'm getting not only your picture but your voice too.
Oh,
So you can say hello to your sister Mary and your sister Helen and Irene, because I'll send them all a copy, okay?
okay.
So you can say hello to everybody?
Right now I don't much maybe anybody.
Oh. Well, just say hi.
Hi there. Hi there, that's the way we use it.
Yeah, hi there. That's what you do.
So they pay attention to it.
That's right. That's what you want to do. Here we are at our house in Fiddletown. And I'm just taking a picture of the view we get from our driveway. And it's really very pretty. Very pretty place. This is the driveway looking as we go out and go down to the street. And there's the truck Bob works, our 4-wheel drive truck, and the garage, and there's a house and the new roof we're working on. And we just had the stucco finished on the front, so we'll have to get that painted. And the saw table from all the work we did. And this is a view looking towards the mountains. That's the Sierra Nevada range out there, but can't see any snow because the clouds are a little low. We can usually see a touch of snow from there. And then you see the building down there. That's our closest neighbor, the Dexters, and their barn and an outbuilding. And they're a holler away. They can hear us if we yell and vice versa, but it's really a very quiet place. The farthest ridge that we can see right in that direction, I think that's the direction I'm looking at, is about 80 miles away. I want to say we had a big fire over there and we could see it from here, but it's the real faint distant one you can see now. Often it's very clear, but today it's cloudy. And this is just looking down the hill. We're about 200 feet above the road. And our property goes up to the top of that hill, which is at about 2,500 feet, and down the other side is about another, maybe 50 acres. We don't see much of that. I'm going to walk down the driveway a little bit now and see if we can show you some more of. This is really very nice property. Our grandsons are partly cleaning out the growth. You can see it's been cut and they have to burn it, get rid of it. Jason and Josh. And this is just a sort of a view of what we have here to look at. I think way down, let's see if I can get it. Right there is the road, and that's about a third of a mile away. And I'll go down here a little bit. This is where I do my walking. I do 4 miles a day on this upper part of the driveway. 4 miles at a time. Sometimes I do more than 4 a day. But it's very pleasant to walk here. You can see that digger pine there looks like it's dying. It's going to have to come down sometime. And let's see if I can just walk down here a little farther. This may be a little jumpy. To be filming as I'm walking is not a good idea, but just kind of makes it a little more interesting, I think, for you. I'll come back down this way some more. I'm going to shut it off for a minute till I get around and maybe see some wildflowers. Now this is looking, then just walk down this is the driveway. I just came down here about 300 feet from where I stopped filming before. And this is an area that Bob has cleared pretty well of shrubs and junk like that, but there's more that has to be burned again. And this other side is a hill that goes up quite a long ways, and it's got a lot of clearing to do also. But the deer like it here. You can see there's a trail where they come right through there. They keep their trails pretty well worn. And then I'm going to go a little bit farther, then I'm going to... Now looking over these dried out shrubs, you can see our neighbor Dexter's property down there. That's the little house that they have, is a guest house kind of thing. And their main house is just popping there between. I think that's... I'm not sure I'm getting it. Well, I don't know whether I'm getting it or not. Hard to tell. I think it's right. It is right in there somewhere. But we'll see what it shows up like on the camera. They have a nice spot that's right down on the road. Now right through this area is a ditch. You can see it's a ditch that runs down and sort of just in front of our house. And it used to go all the way down to Fiddletown, we're told, from higher up in the mountains, to carry water for the mining, the people that used to mine all around here. We have a gold mine on our property too on the other side. But of course we don't want to work at it to dig it up. But that's the ditch. Okay, now this is our house. Show you the distance. Bob's 4-wheel drive work truck there. But this is the house, and the roof job. As you can see, is not finished, but it's getting there slowly. And I have a few tulips and iris and poppies there. The deer don't eat those, so I can manage to hang on to them for a while. That's my studio right there in the corner. Okay, bring that in a little closer. That's the house. Okay, this is looking east. This is the eastern boundary of our property. It's fairly, well, the boundary's actually down in the trees somewhere. I'm not sure where, but there's some beautiful trees here, old trees. I love that one. That's a gorgeous tree. I don't know what it is, but it's pretty. And then that's the wood shed that Bob built. That's our backyard fence and the gas tank. And there's the big furnace that Bob put in a few months ago. Thank goodness, furnace and air conditioner. And now with a new stucco job on that pipe area, we've got to paint it again. Okay, so I'm going to stop again now. It's an old tractor. He's got to get that working again one of these days. Okay. This is where the deer usually spend their time, in the corral area over there, because the grass grows nice. Cows usually are there in summertime, so they leave a lot of manure. And Bob has a water trough here that the deer use to get a little water, because there isn't any up at the top of the hill. Apple blossom tree there, beautiful. Persimmon and plum, but we don't get much because the birds eat it all. And there's the top of the hill. Just really nice. Bob's garden, rototiller. Guess that's it. Show you. Well, we are here in our Fiddletown house. I'm going to try to use up the rest of the tape to send you by giving you a little bit of film of what our house is like. Oh, I left the TV on after recording to you, so I'll have to go switch that up. This is the dining room in there, and here are a couple of my paintings that are now pretty old. I don't know whether the reflection is going to be a problem, but this is the house. This is I'll come in this way first. There's one I did a few years ago, got a prize at a show in that one. And this was my little effort at Chinese painting lessons a couple years ago, until my vision got a little poor. And I do enjoy doing it, but it just has to be close work. This is an old painting, quite a few years old, which I did from a scene here on the property. And I'll go this way, but the light is going to change everything because it's bright out there. It takes a minute for the camera to adjust. And there's this is a painting that for some reason I really like that painting. I'm not sure, I guess it's because it looks like here too. And another one. This is the dining room, and into the living room in the front of the house, which is really bright. I hope you can see it. And the fireplace, and our new couches we got not too long ago. I have to go turn that television off because it's going to distract me. But this is where Bob and I spend our evenings in our chairs, looking out at things. Okay. Gotta find. And this is looking into the kitchen. Let's see if I can reach this to turn off the TV. Yeah. That won't work. button. Push the button. There we got it. We'll have to forgive all these bumps and things, but this is the kitchen, and we put in that oven. Didn't put the doors back on yet on the bottom part of the cabinet. And this new cooktop last summer or sometime, Bob did that. And this is kitchen cabinets. We talk about having new ones put in, but we haven't gotten around to it yet, so not sure if we will or not. And then this is a utility room, which is always a big mess, but it's a very handy thing to have. Door to the outside. Freezer area. And this is a bathroom, or work bathroom. Come in here, and from the outside it's easy to get to. Okay, here back into the kitchen. I hope you can't see the dust that's on things because I'm not dusting things today. This is Bob's mother's old dining room table, which we have had for a long, long time. And TV. This is my studio, which is, of course, a big mess, but something is in progress. This one is just a start with quite a large painting. And this was one that I'm enjoying right now. Not sure whether I finished or not. Have to think about it yet some more. And some more in progress things. And there's one up there too. And this is a little monotype, which I have had fun doing, putting the watercolor on glass and then pressing dampened paper onto it, and then when you peel it away you pick up the color, soaks into the paper, and I get some really brilliant colors with it. This is a collage. It's and it started out as an abstract piece which I glued tissue paper over an old painting, and then use a little gesso and some more colors to underneath, not tissue paper, rice paper I should say. It's a striated rice paper, and it came out to be kind of an interesting painting. I've been asked to put that in a really nice gallery, so I think I will. And this is my work corner, which is another mess, another small painting in progress. And this is where I work and look out at the trees, and here's my table full of junk, and there's one of my nudes from figure painting days. And this painting up here is one that I have to do a large one, very large painting of something similar to that for a customer, collector I should call, who wants a very large painting in that vein. And those are some photographs of some of my paintings, more recent ones, which I had just taken to a gallery that wants to have my work. And now we'll go into the bedrooms area, which I'm not sure is presentable either, but we'll find out when we get there. This is another junk room, which is supposed to be my sewing room, but it ends up holding paintings which are in a state of decision. Also, is there enough or not enough? And this one is one that just fell down. It's not one of mine. It's an artist who recently died, and his work has always inspired me because it's wet and loose and very juicy. It's quite an old painting now. And just, you can see, this is the junk room. I'm looking out to the side where the Bob has the collectors. And just stuff. Too much stuff in here. Okay, I have to get out of there. I should close that door and keep it closed. This is in the other bathroom, which we think about remodeling too, but we haven't done yet. This house was built in 1962, so it isn't too dire need of remodeling. They certainly put in a lot of closets and cabinets, which I'm thankful for. This is our bedroom, which is I quilted that bedspread about 10 years ago, maybe more. And we did replace these windows. They were just regular windows, and we put in double pane windows. And that looks out onto the side. And then just the furniture and other painting up there. And this looks out to the backyard and the mess out there. And then we put in this mirrored closet door system, which turned out to be kind of nice. And I guess that's basically everything, I think. I think I've shown you everything now. I'll go this way. There's the living room again. Studio beyond. And fireplace. And to the front door. And that's it.
Where's your person? Jason, get her license out of there.
She can do it.
Do you have a pencil or not? Do you have a pencil?
It's a permit, it's not a license.
On His Highness. She's a good-looking woman, eh? Et voila the ruby. Ah. I am afraid, Mademoiselle Sarah, that it is evident to me that the flirtation
Bikuni.
Rauschenberg. Nathan Oliveira and Richard Diebenkorn. After returning to Colorado, we began to get the feeling that the West is where I really wanted to paint all this time. Late 60s and early 70s, and I was trying to use some of the abstract paintings that I had done before, the abstract feeling, and kind of convert that into new modern paintings. And some were successful, some weren't, and I continued to enter shows, and sometimes I would get into shows, sometimes I wouldn't. But at least it got me to the West, where I wanted to be. And we were in Colorado Springs for about a year and a half, and decided that I needed to get to the West Coast, where the larger galleries were, and I felt that there were other artists that I could meet there. Living in that part of the country, the light is a lot different than any place else. I think the color became a lot cleaner and a lot brighter. Possibly not as bright as it is here in New Mexico, but it kind of helped me develop a nice color sense of clean color. And I think that was very important to my work today. I know that I'm noted for the use of color. And while living in Southern California, I had entered the National Watercolor Show, which is based in Los Angeles, and won several of the shows. And I did my first lithographs with Bud Shark up at Boulder one summer. We developed 4 lithographs. One was a very successful lithograph. The others were okay, but at least it got me hooked on lithography and printmaking. And I guess I've been very much involved in printmaking ever since. I continued to live in Southern California and decided that the only way that I could really learn lithography is to own and work at my own press. And had Bud Shark come out to the studio and kind of help me set it up and help train a man to run it, because I didn't know anything about running a press, and began to experiment on my own. Pat Cafaro worked for me for 2 years, and he kind of read books and kind of trial and error, and we kind of developed some prints. Some prints were very nice, some prints were dogs, and some we had to tear up. We went through a lot of paper and a lot of solvents and a lot of inks, but that's the only way that I felt that I could learn lithography. I came across some prints that were done by Nathan Oliveira up in Santa Barbara, California, about 1970. I always remembered those prints. And so when I had my press, I began to experiment, trying to get that quality, and that's how I became involved in the monotype. It's basically a drawing and a painterly print, and that's what I really wanted to do, is get more of a painterly quality to my prints. The unique part about having your own press is that my sons were able to work with the presses. They worked alongside Pat Cafaro. They worked for about a year, and my son felt that he needed to go to school. He was invited to work for 2 Tamron master printers at a print shop in Newport Beach, California. It was called Ocean Works. And my son worked there for 2 years with 2 master printers and learned all the technique about printmaking. He learned how to process all the stones, and worked, pulled prints on his own. And that's how my oldest son, Danny, really received it, or got his training from 2 master printers. My sons have been working with me for the last 2 years, and being that I was raised in the West, and my parents were born and raised in the West, especially in New Mexico, I always had a wanting to come back here. So I guess that's basically the reasons why we moved here. We felt that Taos was a small little town, it was quiet. The light was good for me here. I felt that it's an old established art colony. Danny, let's do a real warm color combination blend. Maybe use 3 colors, yellow ochre, maybe a nice yellow cream color towards the center, maybe a nice lavender, a nice clean lavender towards the bottom of it. And let's try that.
These are lithograph inks. The difference between etching inks and lithograph inks, the medium to make lithograph inks is use varnish. And the etching inks are an oil-based ink. So that's the difference. The printing quality is about the same. The lithograph inks will dry flatter.
Purple's just a little too sweet.
You try to sneak up on the colors. If we go too far one way or the other, you waste a lot of ink. So
Brown. Just give me a little cream about in here. And those you're going to blend those pretty tight.
right.
Okay. And let's go with the lavender on top. The monotype process is really an old process. Started back in the 1700s. Rembrandt, Degas, Pissarro, and all of the old masters were really the first ones to discover this. They would work on, a lot of them would work on glass, and a lot of them would work on old etching plates.
Greasy film on top of these plates, like especially the zinc plates, help adhere the ink to the plate. If you use solvents on them, they kind of want to mush out.
I think most of my ideas come from just actually starting the painting or starting the monotype. I start to put some paint down, put some marks down, play with it for several hours and kind of get a feel of what I want to do, or because I think it's more of a, it comes more from within you than to have it all planned out and thought out.
Get you some more room over here.
This whole area. And let's see what it does here. Sometimes you get a little intimidated with it, but it's always better to just go right into it and not be afraid of it. This imagery I've been wanting to get into for a number of years now. I'm just now beginning to experiment with it. So I'm basically working with kind of a cross abstract and let the imagination kind of let the imagination kind of get into the piece. I always like to play with the total of the composition. I like to use some of these little block areas on the sides of the pieces. It's just basically a balancing composition.
I'll bleed off print here. The paper's not going to quite go to all the edges here, so we don't have to worry about cleaning them.
Okay.
I'm going to pick pretty much everything up here.
Excellent.
You'll get some
Okay.
nice lines down the bottom there.
Oh, great.
Make sure that corner's down, Danny, on that, yeah. The paper really got flattened out, and it looks like it's really gonna soak that, this up. Take it up slowly. Really, when I enjoy painting, when I get the best type of work, is when I truly just don't have anything in mind. look at a nice blank canvas or a monotype or a nice piece of watercolor paper and just put some paint down, put some marks down, and I began to develop the painting, and it begins to grow and it becomes exciting. Then I can stay with it for several hours up till midnight or all hours of the night. If it's going great, if it feels good, that's when I stay with it, and that's how I develop my work. The ideas come a lot easier that way.
Get any information on the truck. Well, he could fix it himself.
How much would it cost you?
Mark it up to experience. Now you're going to remember that clutch from now on. I feel probably the same. I tried to get I didn't realize I signed him a long time ago.
No, he really shouldn't have been there.
He should have been behind.